So the other day, I found myself in my kitchen staring at a can of beans for 10 minutes. Not because I was hungry, oh no, but because I completely forgot why I went into the kitchen in the first place. Welcome to midlife, my friends, where forgetfulness isn't just a quirk, it's a lifestyle. Right? Am I right? Let's be real. There's this weird, hilarious kind of mix of magic and chaos that comes with being in midlife, right? They call it a midlife crisis, but I'm over here calling it my midlife glow up. Today, we're diving into the truth about midlife. When nobody told you, the stereotypes were so done with, and why this phase is secretly the best phase yet. So grab your coffee or maybe a wine, whatever your midlife vibe is today, and let's dig in. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those stereotypes about midlife, like, oh, you're supposed to slow down, maybe start knitting or something, or God forbid, buy a convertible and have a full-on midlife old-fashioned crisis. Honestly, who came up with that? But for real, midlife isn't about throwing in the towel or giving up on yourself. It's about reclaiming who you are and figuring out what you want to do next. What makes your heart full? What excites you? What lights you up? And if that involves a convertible, you go, girl. Personally, I'm just trying to remember how to work with all of this technology without turning myself into a potato, Priorities, right? Like one thing at a time. My mom always gets so frustrated anytime she even thinks about using technology. And I'm like, Mom, you don't have to get so upset just thinking about using technology, because before she's even done anything, she's worked herself. She's so frustrated without having done anything. And then I find that sometimes I'm like that too. And the best part is, if I struggle with something, I'll go ask my kids. And the second they touch my computer, it works. And they just did the same thing that I did. And what my one son always says, like, you're trying too hard. He's like, Ma, you're trying too hard. It's a fact. So I can relate. And I'm just looking at my background here. The painters are coming in today, so I'm getting my room painted, and so they've come in and they've prepped the walls. So that's why I have white all over my walls, and I'm super excited because that's what midlife is. It's like painting your walls. It's like a fresh start. You can paint it whatever color or colors that you desire. And the really funny thing is, I used to be loving colors. My house had aubergine walls, like literally purple walls, and brown and blue. My kitchen was blue. I just always thought that white walls looked like an institution, and I was horrified anytime I saw white walls. It just made my skin crawl. And now I'm looking at my walls like, these ones are brown, and I'm like, I can't wait to get rid of this brown paint. I have different colors all over my house, and now I'm obsessed with clean and simple. I want white. It's called decorator's white. It just has a little tint of gray in it, but I'm craving that crisp, clean, simplistic, classic look. Never in a million years would I thought that I would have done that. I was always anti-white walls. I was a huge proponent against no white walls ever. It's boring, and you're a boring person, and it's not fun. And now I'm craving it. Like, who am I? I've changed so much. Here's what nobody tells you about midlife. This is where the magic happens. I mean, sure, our bodies are changing. We're forgetting why we walked into a room half the time. But we're also at the point where we care less. We couldn't give a crap about what other people think, and more about what actually makes us happy. Like, for the first time in a very long time, insert however old your kids are, that you're actually focusing on your happiness first. I'm at the top of the list. What makes me happy? What do I want to do? This is a time where we can say yes to the things that make us feel alive and no to absolutely everything that doesn't feel good for us, that doesn't serve us, that is like, nah. The old me would have said yes, but not this version of me, not the midlife me. I'm going to tell it like it is. And let me tell you, it is so freeing, so liberating. Have you ever wanted to take a solo trip or learn a new language or start a garden because you finally have the time? Midlife is the sweet spot where you get to do that and so much more. I used to kill all my flowers. I used to hate gardening. And I couldn't understand what my mom, like why she liked it so much, why everybody's so obsessed with gardening. And now I too am obsessed with gardening. And I love all the plants and I want to plant all the plants. Every time I go to the store, I'm like, don't make eye contact with that plant because I'll have to bring it home with me. And I can keep stuff alive. And I am just, where did this come from? And that's what this is all about. There is no right or wrong. It's like literally what's in your heart, what makes you excited, what like makes you jump out of bed in the morning and be like, woohoo, today's my day. I'm going to go and then fill in the blank. What is that? I'm going to go, what? What is that? Now, let's talk about something that I know we all struggle with, perfection. There's this expression that I think perfection is just fear dressed up in like a Gucci dress or something like that. Like it's just fear of not doing it right, fear of failure. Perfection, it doesn't even exist. I don't know about you, but I've had my fair share of thinking I needed to have it all together. And you know what? It just doesn't work for me. I'm done with it. I was done with it a long time ago. It was one of the big changes that made my life way better, was not having to make everything perfect, because there is no perfect. And even if we strive to make it perfect, you'll never make it perfect. You'll always be torturing yourself. I'm okay to be, the woman who does yoga while staring at my laundry pile, knowing that it's judging me from the corner. I'm okay. Perfection is boring anyway, right? Who wants that? We've spent so much time trying to get everything right. Our kids, our jobs, our relationships. But now it's time to just be messy, be flawed, be human. Try all the things and just mess everything up. The messier, the better. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for messy. I'm looking for laugh out loud, free, fun, all of that. That's what I'm creating for myself because I'm the creator of my reality. What is it that you want to create in this phase of your life? Who do you want to become? And really sit with it, be curious about it, and know that you don't have to have an answer, but that those questions lead you to trying new things. Try all the things. Get ready for it to be messy. Get ready to fail. Anytime you're trying something new, trying to achieve a goal, you will fail. That's part of it, 100%. But the only way you really fail is if you give up, if you quit. So if you're not giving up and you're not quitting, you're learning and growing. I am so prepared to be bad or horrible at all the things and then to get better. That's how I got better at tennis. That's how I'm getting better at tennis. The one that's more of a struggle for me is the Spanish. And in this whole midlife, all the things that happen, like we have lists of all the things that we experience in midlife. The midlife belly, like menopause, the fat just migrates to your belly and we're forgetful. We have brain fog, we have aches and pains, and our body isn't as agile as it used to be, just hot flashes and all the things, the hormones trying to balance themselves out. But what if that's just our invitation for change? What if that is an indication that now is the time to change everything, do something different? Just let go of all that was and create what is. Right now it's fall, and that's what fall does. When we follow the seasons, fall is the letting go. Let go of everything that was, the trees, the flowers, everything lets go, and it looks like it's all died, but it hasn't. It's resting, it's letting go, and it's resting and building. And then when the spring comes, it's going to be reborn and blossom into something even more beautiful and bigger and brighter and just more magical. And that's what midlife is. If you need to take time to let go of everything, it's hard to move forward when you're still looking back. And one thing that really was getting me too in midlife is my memory. And I remember my son saying, I remember. I've never really put a lot of effort into memory. I always thought I had a bad memory, but I never put a lot of effort into it. It's not that we forget people's names. It's that we didn't put effort into learning them in the first place. And my son, I was telling him that I've never had a good memory. Like all growing up, my best friend she would have all the memories of the stories, and she'd be like, do you remember the time that and I'd be like, no, tell me about it. And she would go through this whole story and tell me all these things that we did. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I don't remember those stories. And I was telling my son that I just don't even try to remember anymore. And he's like, if you don't have your memory, you're cooked. And as soon as he said that, I was like, whoa, that struck a chord with me. I don't want to be cooked. And so I started putting effort into flexing my memory muscle. And I've been doing this amazing course, and it is literally mind-blowing, which is awesome for a memory course. I love it. And it's made me excited about fixing and working on and getting a better memory. You know, those are amazing things when you get excited about something that seems really mundane and not exciting and not fun at all. And then I take all these tools and I incorporate them in my courses and everything that I do. Reinvent myself. And I help others reinvent themselves. Anybody who's stuck, as everything changes, if you're staying the same, it's no bueno. It's not good. Everybody around you is changing, your kids, your partner. You don't want to be that same person. You want to put yourself first. You want to be curious. Curiosity is the way to go. All the time, 100%. If you don't know what to do, be curious. You'll find your answers when you're curious. The quality of life we live is dictated by the quality of questions we ask ourselves. And I love asking myself questions. I love asking other people questions. I love really seeing inside people's brains, inside their hearts and souls. And it started with looking inside my heart and my soul and my brain. And realizing that I'm creating everything that's in my world is a creation of choices I've made, thoughts that I've thunk. I've created all of it. And it's so powerful to have this thought, because that means if I don't like it, I can create something different. I can change it. I'm in control of all of it. That is so exciting for me. I'm like, I don't like this. Okay, let me change it. I don't even wonder why I created it for myself. I don't need to know. I'm just going to let it go and create something different instead. How? With my brain. So you really want to be good at thinking and feeling on purpose, learning how to think and feel on purpose. And that's what I teach my clients in my programs. Anytime somebody works with me, I go deep and I teach them how to do it, so that they can go off and be on their own. I give them the tools, the skills, the know-how, and they practice it, and then they can do it all themselves. Now they know how to do it. And that is the biggest blessing that I've ever, it's just so good when I see people that have worked with me go and create the lives that they love. Because they can, because they know how to do it. There's just so much change that goes on, and that's why midlife is so exciting. You know that they say midlife is supposed to be a crisis, but honestly, I think they got it all wrong. It's a rebirth. It's that moment when you realize you're never too old to reinvent yourself. You're just getting started. You can totally 100% reinvent everything about you if that's what you want to do. And it's awesome, and you should go for it. Maybe you've been thinking about picking up a new hobby, or joining a fitness class, or maybe getting your first tattoo. I won't judge you. You go, girl. You get that tattoo. This is your time to do those things. Midlife isn't the end. It's the beginning of a whole new chapter, and you get to write the story. For me, midlife looks like a mix of learning Spanish and being obsessed with gardening and tennis, having magical eat, pray, love midlife adventures, maybe throwing a kettlebell workout somewhere in there every once in a while, walking in nature, trying new foods. It's doing things that make me feel good, whether it's getting strong, chasing after new dreams, or just enjoying the heck out of the simple life. So if you're out here thinking midlife is supposed to be boring, think again, sister. This is where the fun begins. All right, here's the deal. Midlife isn't about perfection, and it's not about giving up either. It's about finding what lights you up and going for it. Just totally going for it, no matter what. Just get out there and go for it. Whether it's salsa dancing in your living room or finally taking that trip to Bali you've been dreaming of. Let's make midlife magical, not because we're chasing some ridiculous idea of perfection, but because we're done caring about what the world thinks. We're focused on what makes us happy. So are you ready to make this your best chapter yet? Grab life by the beans. Oh wait, that was me. Grab life by the whatever and let's get started. Whether you're having your own midlife meltdown or feeling that midlife magic is happening, just know that you've got this. And hey, if you're enjoying this ride, be sure to watch your inbox for the November glow up coming soon. I'm super excited about it. Until then, keep glowing, sister. Thank you for listening. Always, always, always love yourself first and have an amazing day.